Hello everybody, Calamity here with the first guide, I guess, of 2025, and the guide's going to be on the brand new Imaginarium Theater that just came out at the turn of the new year. And I was looking around on the forums, the Reddits, the Twitters. It seems like there's a certain boss fight in here that y'all have been struggling with, but I'll do my best to try to point it out. I just like the title says, I will not be using Malvika or Silali even if I wanted to. Both of them aren't properly built yet, and then if I did, people would just be like, oh, you know, it's not fair, you just pressed one button and did a million damage with your Pyro Archon. And you know, we'll try to, you are going to need some DPS though, regardless. Like if you didn't pull the Pyro Archon, then you need somebody, or like Hino, Hu Tao, Zhongling. Like just get some Pyro DPS, Cryo DPS as well. I'm also going to help out a lot because the name of the game this time around is Pyro, Cryo, and Geo. So a lot of Pyro and Cryo DPS characters, and even some Geo ones are going to help you out here a lot. And of course, we're going to do Visionary difficulty. This time around, we get some trial characters. You do get Ganyu for free. I highly, highly recommend if you are someone that does struggle with that ELECTRO REGISVINE fight, take Ganyu and save her specifically for that fight. It's going to make it a lot easier for you, especially if you're going for the Star Challenge. She makes that fight a lot more bearable. Navia as well, also just a good all-rounder character to have. Good for AoE damage, good for single target, very, very fast rotation as well. And then the rest, I feel like they should give you more of the 5 stars, honestly, when it comes to trial characters. Malvika and Silali should honestly be here so they can just make you feel like, hey, you know, more incentive to pull these characters. But it's weird that we get a free character, 2 free characters, by the way. Noelle and Kea are here. Bennett is most likely a character you guys all have, right? And then Diluc is a standard character. So very, very odd choices for the trial characters. I do wish they gave you guys more limited 5-star characters that you're less likely to have, so you have more options to work with. It's just a little unfortunate there, but just take what you can get. And let's move on. If you do have Ayato or Cloud Retainer, use them as well. They're going to be great DPS. Jin Yun, also going to be just really good in general. The other 2 special guest stars are Sayu and Fischl. Feel free to use them if you want with you know, whichever team comp. If you want to use Eula, if any physical DPS you know, users are out there, definitely consider Fischl with Eula if you want. And don't forget to invite a friend. If you have any friends that are playing, you know, they have good characters, you have any whales, maybe you can borrow your friend's Malvika or your friend's Silali, or Ganyu or Ayaka, you know, whatever, Hu Tao, whatever you feel like you're lacking, try to invite, you know, 1 DPS to take care of that for you, whichever element you don't have enough of. I'm not going to use any just so that you guys can't give me a, you know, harder time for using friends' whale units, but here's what I am using the 2 special guest stars, the trial characters, of course. I am bringing Shilin in, but, you know, if you don't have her, you don't have her. It's just how it is. Just bring who you got. I got Albedo, Zhongli, Shenhe, Dia, Yoimiya, Pyro Traveler. If you guys unlocked them in the story, you can use them as well. Mine's just not built, so I'm not using them yet. Feel free to use, you know, just whatever you're comfortable with, whatever character you got. Fill out that character roster as much as possible for the best buff you can get. And with that being said, let's finally start the run. Gonna get our extra flowers as well. So again, if you haven't seen my previous like guides for the Imaginarium Theater, my go-to strategy is to always just get as much companions as you can at first, and then try to go for the reaction-based buff. So, you know, like I would highly recommend Melt, because Melt's already a strong reaction, but that's not something you're always going to have available to you for every fight or for every boss fight, so you might end up missing out on a lot of damage. So just pick whichever you feel like you have the most characters to work with. But anyways, I'm going to go ahead and just start with grabbing... that's a big pick early, is getting my Zhongli, and then always get those mystery caches when they pop up. Let's go with that one, I guess. We can always refresh, right? I don't need to see that again. So we got the 3 reaction buffs, so we can go with whichever we feel like we can take the most advantage of. Let's go with Melt. Another free mystery cache. Let's go with that. Let's more companions to choose from, and then a random companion. Nice refund there. We can get Ayaka early, we can get Hu Tao early, or we can get Sayu. I'm gonna get Ayaka. And one more upgrade to Melt. Sure, why not? Let's just go with this one. And that's all I have. Alright, so when it comes to picking your normal battle, of course pick the ones that you feel like you're most comfortable with fighting. We have the robots from Fontaine. You can see the star challenge is to beat them in 70 seconds. Uji attacks will help you out here a bunch. This is just generic machines, that's why there's no additional like tips or advice here. Just beat them down. You know, AoE damage is going to help you out a lot. Don't forget the weak points on like the ruin guards, stuff like that. And then last but not least, you have the Hilichurls, and it tells you that pyro characters have an advantage. I'm guessing because is that the healing Samichurl, I guess? But you know, pick whichever you're comfortable with. I'm gonna go with this one, I guess. Whichever is easiest for you. And we're gonna go ahead and choose the team. I'm just gonna go ahead and use you know, you obviously want to save your better characters, right? Like Ganyu, again, 100% try to save them for the Electro Regis-Fine fight. Definitely gonna help you out a lot there. And Zhongli, probably not the best idea here. You'd also definitely want to try to get some shielders as well in your lineup. I forgot to say this during the team setup, but not just Zhongli, but obviously Layla, Toma are good options. Yan Fei, if you have her at C4, also going to be another good shielder. But yet, yeah, let's go ahead and start. Go ahead and skip this. Oh, that's why I recommended Pyro, because the shields, you can burn the shields, that's right. You can also just hit around them when they put it down. Go ahead and just get rid of the healer. I have plenty of time, by the way, for the star challenge, so I'm not tripping at all. We'll have a whole 30 seconds, and then the rogue is last. Let's see if we can get Ayaka's ult. Oh, that was close. That should be enough. If not, Zhongli's ult is overkill. But yeah, there you go. First challenge done. Star obtained as well. Let's go ahead and grab... Ooh, got some strong choices here. Let's get that Arlecchino. That's a really good one right there. I want to try to get more companions because we're kind of low. So, didn't get it. And one more time. There we go. Cool. Let's go ahead and grab Diona, who's also another good shielder. Let's see. Let's go ahead and grab. Let's grab this one, I guess. And then we're out of Fantasia flowers. So let's go ahead and move on. So we have the Cryo Mages, the Electro. This is a bunch of Fatui and some Samurais in there. Definitely want to bring some Pyro for that shield. Let's go with that, actually. Let's see. We have the robots again. Don't really feel like fighting them. I got 2 robots, so yeah, let's go for Fatui. We can use the Luke here for our Pyro DPS option. Let's go ahead and do just that, because we don't want to use Arlecchino early, right? Obviously, we want to try and save her as much as we can, and I'm okay with using... let's use Bennett once. It's probably not the most optimal rotation there, but it's the want to definitely go for the gunner. Ah, there we go. And then, wow, 4. Holy. Oh boy, do I wish I had a Kaza or something. Go ahead and do that. Oh, that's not really gonna do much, right? We did end up killing one of the Electro mages off screen. Alright, let's go ahead. Pop that. Nope. No move. No Electro damage for you, lady. That's it. Move on. Let's go ahead and grab. We just got Arlecchino. I need more cryo, I guess. Let's go for Rosaria. And we have our first boss fight. I'm gonna go ahead and just save my flowers, to be honest. So this boss fight, it's the Primo Geovishap, the primal one, excuse me. And if you have any shielder, you will get tons of free damage. It doesn't have to be Zhongli. We can even use our Diona here. In fact, I'm gonna do just that. Or if even crystallized shields, right? Those will work too. So we have Diona. We can even use Noelle's shield. It doesn't matter. As long as we kill the thing, we're good. So let's go ahead and I'm okay with losing Diona early. And you can either use Ayaka or Diluc as my main DPS for this one. I'm gonna go with Navia, actually. Remember, he doesn't really, you can't really damage it until he actually gets up when the fight starts. Kind of annoying, but it is what it is, kind of thing. Here we go, and then you just damage it. If you have shields on this fight, you can basically ignore most of his attacks. And just do, you know, son, just do your damage. You see that prompt? Get your shield up. Then you'll do a bunch of damage to him, and then you just resume the fight. We have like about a good 40 seconds. I'm not really doing that much damage. Let's go ahead and get first out again. Shield's ready. Lots of big damage. He damaged himself there with his own beam. Thank you, shield from Iona, and there she goes. For the rest of the run, got Dia back. This is the defense one. Up to you who you want to use. Remember, just pick the one that you feel like you're most comfortable beating up. If you have pyro, damage, you can go for this one. Or if you're not comfortable with that, you have the robots, the big miniatures if you want. You're also gonna need pyro if you decide this, because there's the ice one with cryo shield, but I'm gonna go with these guys because why not? And I guess you can use Arlecchino, right, for this one. Arlecchino, Dia, perhaps. Even Ayaka can be used here. Maybe Noelle. Lots and lots of options. Only one spawns with the lava guys, so it's pretty easy. And they're not even taunted to the thing. They'll just focus you. So what you can do is just buy time. You don't really have to kill them. Just, just waste the time. Nope. Yeah, that guy didn't want to focus me. You gotta get his attention over here. There we go. Face me. Always make sure they're not facing the ley line or the monolith. Excuse me. We'll just, again, just waste our time. Do his thing. Do some weak attacks so he doesn't lose interest in you. Ain't no biggie. He hit the... What? He wasn't even looking. That's weird. Alright, now he's starting to focus the ley line. That's not good. Or the monolith. That's not good. But yeah, you can either waste time like that, or you can just straight up kill everything. Up to you. Depending on what your preference is. Shillinen is going to be a ginormous pick. Go ahead and get some more cast members. There's the Ling. That's a really big pickup right there. And then just, I guess we can just buff these because we're getting them. Might as well go all the way with Melt. There you go. I believe level 3 is the max. Also upgrade this one as well. I honestly don't even read the upgrades. I just pick whatever. Oh, there is a level 4. Never mind. So yeah, Melt looking really, really good to use. Let's go ahead and go for the Natlan beasts on this one. We just have to defeat 15. Not hard at all. I'm gonna go ahead and use Ganyu for this fight, since I want to preserve as the other DPS characters. We can go ahead and use Dia though. I guess we use Shillinen. Let's go ahead and fairly easy, straightforward room. Just gotta kill all the monsters. Forgot you probably don't want to do that on a Melt team, but all good. Oops! I didn't mean to do that. We still have a whole minute to kill 5 enemies. That's a lot of time. So, yeah. We have the boss next. That's why I'm okay with using Ganyu twice. So we're gonna use her for the Regisvine. Still have a lot of time. I'm not worried at all. Although these birds be moving around a lot. There we go. Just one more. Go ahead and use Ling for this. There we go. Got our star as well. Now, next up is probably the... There's a nice little shielder for us. Yeah, this is the one that's been scaring everyone, is the Regisvine. It's not because the boss is hard, it's because the time they give you is very limited. You basically got one rotation to get it right. And if you don't, no star for you. Basically how it goes. Alright, so you can see here, the star challenge, if you're going for it, is to defeat it in 45 seconds, which is why a lot of people are struggling with this one. It's really, really short. You have to destroy that Corolla on the boss as fast as possible, and it can be hard to hit because the head is moving around like crazy, and that's why it tells you right here that bows have an advantage. Then it also says elemental effects have an advantage. It's kind of vague. I wish they told you, hey, bring cryo or pyro because they'll destroy the Corolla faster. You need to do elemental reactions on it to destroy it. Geo will also work a little bit as well. But yeah, Ganyu is a great option here because she can hit the head at any time. As long as you're able to aim at it and hit it, it's good damage, and she hits it twice. So she'll be able to knock it out, and then we can just use, you know, whoever to... Once you knock out the plant, it's pretty easy. It loses a lot of resistances, and you can just beat it up really, really fast. So let's go ahead and do that. For this team, I'm definitely going to use Ganyu, as I mentioned before. You can use Ling to get some sick melts on it once it's down. I am going to use my Ling here. I changed my mind. Let's go ahead and start. Once the fight starts, you cannot do anything yet. So we're just going to get our shield out. Pop that Layla ult, pop the Ganyu ult, and then we just aim at the head. Shields are nice because we can ignore a lot of the attacks. I probably didn't have to waste the Bennett ult there. That's a lot of damage. And that's 10 seconds. So the reason we did a lot of damage there is because I invested a lot into Melt. And I just lost 2 characters. Feels bad. But yeah, did a lot of damage thanks to the Melt buffs that we were getting. And once you knock it out, it loses its resistances as well. So that's why it becomes really, really easy. It's all just about kill the head as fast as you can. Or just knock out the Corolla, excuse me, that's located on its head as fast as you can. And that's why I highly recommend saving Ganyu. Like, yeah, mine is level 90 and has a 5-star weapon. But the trial one, I had, as you saw in the fight, I had 10 extra seconds left. So if you brought even better supports for Ganyu, like, I'm sure if you're doing this mode, chances are you have a Bennett, a Zhongling. Instead of Layla, you could have brought, I don't know, a Zhongli or a Shilinin or something and given your Ganyu even more boosts. So even with the trial one, it is 100% possible to do it. And my Ganyu is only at C0 as well. So no constellations, no wailing there. It is just a level 90 Ganyu with a good weapon and some artifacts. Moving on to the next part. Go ahead and pick up that Sayu and I guess some more characters as well. Let's get that Hu Tao. And we're gonna go ahead and go with the Natlan. Oh, Natlan and the Tiger things. Let's go with that. Sure. You're also gonna want Cryo for the Tiger boss. I forget what it's called, but it's the next boss in this area. We're definitely gonna want to save some Cryo units for that as well. But here, I'm okay with losing my Navia. Nice AoE damage. There we go. One more. Oh my goodness. I was waiting for Sayu's ult there. Took a little bit. So I have a whole 20 seconds. There we go. Nice. There's my Shenhe. A little too late. I already went through my Ayaka and my Ganyu, so I don't really have too much left. But sure, let's take the Shenhe. Oh, we have a Ningguang and an Albedo as well. Sure. I just need more characters, to be honest. Let's do this. And then we can get another Melt upgrade. Melt is doing just so much damage. So yeah, let's go ahead and upgrade it even more. And now we have another boss fight. Here it tells you Cryo characters have an advantage and Shatter has a reaction. Shatter reaction has an advantage. Honestly, I don't even pay attention to that. You can just fight the boss as normal and it'll be fine. So we're just going to go ahead and use Arlecchino here. Maybe not use all of it. I guess I could save some Melt for the last boss. Albedo, I guess. More damage. Let's go with that. Remember, you can't really do anything until he gets up, so shield up. Now we can fight. I probably should have done Arlecchino's skill first, but it's okay. And then this down. Go ahead, do this. You can see, I don't even know what I did, but at some point it went down from the cryo damage, I guess. So I'm not complaining, and Arlecchino is just gonna make quick work of this boss. use whatever DPS you want here, and I'm sure it'll do fine. If you keep applying cryo to it, you will knock it out like this. There we go. And that is the boss down in a reasonable amount of time. Don't forget, if you don't have Arlecchino, she will be on a rerun banner in the second half of this update. So you have plenty of time. Maybe if you saved your gems, if you decided not to pull for Pyro Archon or the Grandma. Kachina, I guess. The big boy Hilichurls. Midachurls, I guess. And then here we can use like Hu Tao. Because we want big single target damage. Remember, for the bounty stage, you just want to clear. We only care about clearing the bounty, basically. So yeah. Let's go ahead and get some AoE damage, some shielding in there. And we're good. Shield up. There we go. That's one dead. You only have to fight 2, and I got 40 seconds to fight this one. It's a lot of time. That is because we have some seriously upgraded melts. Melt, really, really strong. I highly, highly recommend using it. Cannot recommend it enough. Let's go ahead and grab the official, and we only have the boss left, so it doesn't really matter at this point. I already have the team that we can use, so we can just go straight into the fight. Pyro gonna have an advantage against the Mountain King. Remember, he's gonna have a little attack where he shoots out 3 eggs, and if you have AoE Pyro damage, you'll light up the eggs, and he'll eat one of them like Yoshi, and it'll do a bunch of free damage. So yeah, Pyro's gonna help out a lot. Doesn't matter who. Speaking of who, we can also just use Hu Tao. Whoa. There we go. I think we got it here. Some big melt damage. No! Oh my goodness. That last part was only hard because I made it hard. I should have saved Rosaria. Rosaria would have been great there. Or if you have, of course, the Grandma. You are absolutely chilling for the... If you're doing the whole melt thing. Obviously, it's not the only way to do this. You have other options. Navia would have been a great option here as well. If you did the whole cryo... Either Cryo Geo, Pyro Geo. Either or is really, really strong. Just give her a lot of buffs and supports. If you had Arlecchino, also really good here as well. Just, there's tons of options. You don't have to do exactly what I did. Just FYI. That's what makes the end game so fun, is just that there's just so many options how to do things. Sorry I didn't really talk much on that fight. I had to lock in a bit. It was it was giving me a little bit of a hard time, mainly just because I didn't have Rosaria. Would have made that so much easier as a 4-star option. But yeah, that's it for the theater. Hopefully this was helpful to anyone that's struggling out there. I will be making more videos in the future, so if you like this kind of content, don't forget to leave a like, subscribe to the channel, helps me out a lot, and I'll see you all in the next video.